Have you ever met someone who seems calm, almost too calm, even when life falls apart around them? Someone who rarely speaks about their emotions, yet somehow, their presence makes you feel safe? That person might just be a Taurus. But what if I told you that behind their quiet smiles and steady steps hides a world of inner battles, unspoken fears, and talents so rare that ancient astrologers believed they were divine gifts? Taurus is not just about loyalty or stubbornness. There's so much more. Hidden layers of psychology, emotional survival instincts, and subconscious strategies that help them navigate a world that often feels too fast, too chaotic, too unpredictable. In today's video, we're going to uncover the 18 hidden talents that God, or the universe itself, gave only to Taurus. These aren't just personality traits. They're life tools. Powerful skills shaped by their astrological blueprint and their deepest emotions. If you're a Taurus, or you love one, what you'll hear today might change how you see them forever. So, are you ready to explore their quiet strength? Before we dive deep, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Your support helps us grow and brings more people to this journey of self-discovery. Now, let's begin. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to carry emotional storms within, yet from the outside, they look perfectly calm? That's Taurus. But that calm isn't accidental. It's not that they're cold or detached. It's something deeper. It's a kind of emotional endurance most people never develop. You see, Taurus belongs to the earth signs. And like the earth itself, they hold everything silently. When life becomes chaotic, when relationships fall apart, when dreams collapse, Taurus doesn't crumble. They absorb it. They carry it, layer by layer, deep inside. Not because they enjoy suffering, but because their soul understands that chaos is temporary, and stability always returns. I want you to think of a Taurus, you know? Maybe they're a friend. Maybe they're family. Maybe it's you. Remember a time they seemed distant, quiet, almost emotionally frozen. In that moment, they weren't pushing you away. They were simply protecting their inner world. This is emotional endurance at its finest. They survive heartbreak by staying rooted. They survive disappointment by breathing slowly through the pain, not running from it. And this quiet survival isn't a weakness. It's a divine strength. But it doesn't stop there. Taurus also has a methodical mind that most people misunderstand. You might see them as slow thinkers. Someone who takes too long to make a decision. But the truth is, their mind works like an architect's blueprint. Every choice is carefully measured. Every risk is analyzed. This isn't hesitation. It's psychological security. Taurus needs structure around their thoughts, like walls around a home. Because unpredictability threatens their sense of safety. And if you've ever tried to rush a Taurus, you've probably seen the frustration on their face. It's not because they're stubborn. It's because your urgency disrupts their process. Here's a simple example. Imagine planning a trip. Where others might say, let's just go and figure it out, Taurus needs to check the maps, calculate the costs, and visualize the experience in their mind first. That's not overthinking. That's emotional preparation. By organizing their outer world, they calm their inner world. It's their way of feeling safe. Now, let's talk about something Taurus rarely speaks of, yet always shows in action, their quiet nurturing instinct. While they don't wear their emotions on their sleeve, Taurus naturally creates what I call emotional safe zones for the people they love. Have you ever walked into someone's home and felt instantly at peace? That cozy sofa, the scent of food cooking, the warmth of soft lights, that's Taurus energy in action. They're not just hosting you. They're healing you. Without saying a word. But this nurturing instinct isn't just about physical spaces. It's about how they treat people. Taurus listens, even in silence. They're present. And being present is one of the rarest gifts in today's noisy world. If you're hurting, a Taurus won't overwhelm you with advice. They'll simply stay beside you, quietly making you feel safe. They understand that sometimes healing doesn't come from words, but from presence. That's why so many people find comfort just sitting beside a Taurus, saying nothing at all. What's even more fascinating is that Taurus does this instinctively. Often, they're not even aware that they're the emotional anchor in their relationships. They simply feel responsible for creating stability wherever they are. This instinct comes from their fixed sign nature. A deep desire to hold everything steady when life feels uncertain. It's not a burden for them. It's their purpose. And beneath all of this, there's one more secret: Taurus lives through their senses. You might think sensuality is about attraction. But for Taurus, sensuality is survival. Touch, taste, smell, sound, all these are tools Taurus uses to ground themselves when anxiety rises. Have you ever seen a Taurus slow down in the middle of chaos, just to sip their coffee, or to touch something soft? That's not ignoring the problem. That's regulating their nervous system. Imagine coming home after a stressful day. Your mind is racing. Your heart is heavy. Taurus knows the answer isn't just talking about the problem. It's sinking into a warm bath, lighting a candle, playing a soft melody, eating something rich and satisfying. This is how Taurus calms their mind, through their body. Their connection to the physical world is a psychological tool, one that many of us could learn from. Think about your own life. When was the last time you slowed down, just to feel present? Not to check your phone. Not to solve a problem. But to simply be? Taurus teaches us that healing isn't always dramatic. Sometimes, it's as simple as grounding yourself in the moment. Through your senses. Through your breath. Through small, deliberate rituals that remind you, you are safe. And here's something practical. If you're feeling overwhelmed, borrow a lesson from Taurus. Create small routines that anchor you. Light that candle. Slow your eating. Touch something soft. Feel the ground under your feet. You're not wasting time. You're teaching your nervous system that you are in control. Taurus knows this instinctively. And that's what makes their calm so real and so powerful. So next time you see a Taurus seeming distant, quiet, or slow, remember, behind that silence is not emptiness. It's a soul working hard to stay grounded. A heart choosing to endure in silence. A mind constructing order from inner storms. And a body slowly reconnecting to the earth, breath by breath. Have you ever wondered why a Taurus struggles to let new people into their life? Why their trust seems like a locked door? The truth is, for Taurus, trust isn't a casual thing. It's a deep, fragile promise that they protect with their entire being. This selectiveness isn't arrogance. It's a quiet fear. A fear of instability. A fear that letting the wrong person too close could shake the emotional security they've worked so hard to build. You see, Taurus doesn't rush into relationships, not because they don't care, but because they care too much. Every new bond is like constructing a house in their heart. And Taurus needs to be sure. Completely sure. Because once they let you in, they never want to let you go. And when someone breaks that trust, Taurus doesn't just lose a friend. They lose a part of their inner structure. That's why rebuilding trust takes them so long. Not because they hold grudges, but because their emotional foundations take time to heal. Think about someone in your life who seems distant at first but deeply loyal once you earn their trust. That's Taurus. If you're that person, give yourself grace. Your careful pace in relationships isn't wrong. It's your way of protecting your peace. And let's talk about their love for beauty. At first glance, you might think Taurus cares too much about aesthetics, about having the right decor, the right clothes, the perfect environment. But look deeper. Their love for beauty isn't about appearances. It's about creating harmony. It's about calming their mind through their surroundings. For Taurus, the outside world reflects their inner state. When their space feels balanced and comforting, their emotions follow. Maybe you've noticed this in your own life. After a stressful week, Taurus doesn't want chaos. They crave order. They'll clean the house, rearrange the furniture, light that scented candle. Not because they're obsessive, but because their soul is craving peace. Creating a beautiful space is their way of healing, of breathing, of finding clarity. And this love for harmony extends to their work too. Whether they're designing a room, preparing a meal, or simply choosing a gift for someone they love, Taurus pours silent affection into every detail. They express love through their creations, even when words feel difficult. If you're someone who needs visual peace to feel emotionally calm, maybe you're more like Taurus than you realize. Try it. When life feels heavy, clear your space. Add beauty around you. Feel how your mind softens. Taurus knows this instinctively, and their world becomes their sanctuary. But there's another secret most people never see. Taurus moves slowly through their emotions, not because they avoid them, but because they process them deeply. Imagine a storm inside, but instead of reacting instantly, Taurus lets the storm pass. Piece by piece. They reflect quietly. They digest every emotion fully before acting. Sometimes, this makes them seem distant, silent. But inside, they're working through layers of thought and feeling until clarity comes. This slow processing is a hidden strength. It means Taurus rarely acts on impulse. They don't lash out. They don't say things they'll regret. Instead, they build their responses carefully, like laying bricks, one at a time. When a Taurus gives you their answer, their decision, their perspective, know this: it didn't come from confusion. It came from deep reflection. If you're someone who needs time to process your emotions, don't apologize. You're honoring your inner rhythm. Like Taurus, you're ensuring that what comes out of you is real, is true. And that's a rare gift. What's even more fascinating is that Taurus rarely notices how much they stabilize others. Have you ever been in a group where one person, without saying much, somehow keeps the energy calm? Where conversations flow better because they're simply present? That's Taurus. They are the silent emotional anchors in social situations. They ground chaotic energy without realizing it. Their steady presence brings peace to friends, colleagues, even strangers. People feel safer when Taurus is near, even if they can't explain why. It's not magic. It's Taurus's fixed sign nature. Their natural need to hold things steady, extending unconsciously to everyone around them. But here's the hidden cost. Taurus often carries emotional weight that isn't theirs. Because they stabilize everyone else, they forget to ask, who stabilizes me? If you're a Taurus, or someone who anchors others, remember this: it's okay to step back. It's okay to rest. Being someone's safe place is beautiful. But you deserve one too. Create your own. Protect it. And let yourself be nurtured as deeply as you nurture others. Every one of these hidden traits: selective trust, love for beauty, slow emotional processing, subconscious stabilizing, they're not just random habits. They're survival strategies. Psychological tools. Taurus uses them not to impress the world, but to survive it. To stay grounded in a world that pulls others into chaos. And perhaps, without even knowing it, Taurus teaches us all a quiet lesson: to slow down, to choose carefully, to build beauty from within, and to carry peace with us wherever we go. But what if I told you the next 3 secrets are the deepest, the most controversial? What if everything you thought you knew about Taurus was about to be challenged? Stay with me, because in the final part of this video, you'll discover what truly defines the Taurus soul. And it's not what you expect. Have you ever wondered why Taurus seems almost addicted to their routines? Why they follow the same patterns every day and feel uncomfortable when something unexpected happens? At first glance, it might look like simple habit. But the truth is deeper. For Taurus, routine isn't just a way to manage time. It's a form of emotional safety. Every repeated action, every predictable step, it's their way of telling their heart, "You are safe now." In a world full of change, their rituals protect them from chaos. That morning coffee. That familiar road to work. That favorite playlist. These little things are not random. They're survival anchors. And when life forces Taurus out of their routine, you might notice something. They become quiet, anxious, irritated sometimes. Not because they're inflexible, but because their inner world is shaking. Here's something personal you can try. Next time you feel overwhelmed, slow down and create your own mini routine. It doesn't need to be big. Maybe it's a cup of tea before bed. Maybe it's writing down 3 things you're grateful for. Like Taurus, you'll discover that small routines can heal big fears. Now, there's something magical about Taurus that few people recognize. Their talent in the kitchen. And no, it's not just about cooking good food. For Taurus, food is love. Food is care. Food is safety. They express emotions through flavors. When a Taurus prepares a meal for you, it's their silent way of saying, "I'm here for you." Think about a time you shared a meal that felt like more than just eating. Maybe it was a homemade soup from your mother when you were sick. Maybe it was fresh bread from a friend after a long, hard week. That feeling of being nourished, not just fed, that's the energy Taurus carries. Their connection to food goes beyond appetite. It's how they reconnect with themselves. The texture of bread. The aroma of herbs. The warmth of a fresh dish. Each step soothes their mind. Calms their body. Taurus doesn't just feed others. They feed their own soul through the act of cooking. If you're someone who enjoys creating meals, understand this: you're not just making food. You're creating comfort. Like Taurus, you're transforming nourishment into emotional healing. Don't underestimate the power of a simple meal shared with love. Sometimes, that's what mends a broken heart. But Taurus's need to protect others runs deeper than cooking. Much deeper. Beneath their calm presence, Taurus carries a silent vow to keep their loved ones safe. This instinct is powerful. It's primal. It's not just about defending against physical harm. It's emotional protection too. When someone they love feels lost, Taurus steps in. They become the anchor, the protector, even if it means carrying the weight alone. Imagine a friend who never lets you walk through darkness alone, who listens without judgment, who stands by you even when you're at your worst. That's Taurus energy. And sometimes, they protect in silence, watching over you without you even knowing. Not for praise, not for recognition, but because their soul needs to protect. If you're someone who feels the need to carry others, take a moment now. Ask yourself, who carries you? Taurus often forgets this question. They give their strength without limits, believing it's their duty. But remember, even protectors need protection. Even anchors need grounding. Don't be afraid to ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. And now, we arrive at one of Taurus's greatest, yet most misunderstood abilities. Their capacity to build long-term dreams. In a world chasing instant gratification, Taurus moves differently. Slowly. Carefully. But steadily. They see life not as a race, but as a garden. And like a gardener, they know the best things take time. Where others quit after a few setbacks, Taurus keeps planting, keeps watering, keeps believing. This isn't because they're naive. It's because they understand something deeper, that real success grows quietly. Brick by brick. Layer by layer. Maybe you've seen this in your own journey. You wanted fast results. Quick answers. But Taurus teaches us that anything worth having is worth waiting for. Whether it's a career goal, a meaningful relationship, or personal healing, slow progress is still progress. If you're working towards a dream right now and feeling impatient, let this be your reminder. Think like Taurus. Trust the process. Nurture your vision. Protect it from those who tell you it's too slow. Taurus knows true success isn't loud. It grows in silence until one day it blooms. These 4 hidden powers, emotional routines, nurturing through food, protective loyalty, and the steady building of dreams, aren't just personality traits. They're strategies. Life lessons wrapped in the quiet soul of Taurus. They show us that peace comes from structure. That healing can be shared through something as simple as a meal. That protecting others is an act of love. And that building dreams is not about speed, but about faith. But don't leave yet. Because in the next part of this video, we'll explore the final 3 secrets. And trust me, they reveal the most profound and perhaps the most controversial truths about Taurus. You might think you know them. But you're not ready for what comes next. Have you ever noticed how Taurus never seems desperate for more? How they move through life at their own pace. Calmly managing their resources, their energy, even their time, like everything is already enough? This isn't luck. It's not because they're naturally abundant. It's a deeper gift. Taurus has an inner wisdom about resources that most people overlook. They instinctively understand that wasting what you have is the fastest path to losing peace. For Taurus, money is not just currency. Time is not just minutes. Energy is not just something to burn. Every resource they hold, whether material or emotional, is something they value, manage, and protect. Maybe you've seen this. A Taurus saving quietly when everyone else is spending. Saying no when others say yes too easily. Choosing to rest instead of overextending themselves. From the outside, it might look like simplicity. But inside, it's strategy. Taurus has learned, often the hard way, that overconsumption leads to emptiness. That chasing too much leads to collapse. So they conserve. They build slowly. And when the storms come, they're the ones who stand strong while others fall. If you're someone who often feels drained, scattered, overwhelmed, take this as your gentle reminder. Slow down. Prioritize your energy like Taurus. Treat your time like it's precious. Because it is. And trust that saying no, sometimes, is the most loving yes to yourself. But Taurus doesn't just know how to manage their resources. They know how to live in the moment. Think about this. In a world obsessed with tomorrow, Taurus understands the quiet beauty of now. They know that life isn't lived in the future. Or in regrets about the past. It's lived here. In this second. In this breath. Have you ever watched a Taurus savor a meal? Not rushing. Not multitasking. Just enjoying every bite. Or maybe you've seen them completely at peace sitting in a garden, feeling the sun on their skin. That's not laziness. That's presence. Taurus teaches us to slow down not because life is short, but because life is sacred. And when you miss the moment you're in, you miss life itself. Take a pause, right now. Wherever you are. Feel your breath. Look around you. Maybe your coffee tastes better than you realized. Maybe the sky outside your window is more beautiful than you noticed. Maybe this moment, right now, is a gift you've been ignoring. Taurus knows that happiness isn't in chasing the next big thing. It's hidden in the tiny, ordinary seconds we rush past every day. So slow down. Taste life. Feel it. You don't need permission. You only need presence. And it's not just about savoring moments. Taurus has a rare gift of creating environments that heal people. You've felt it before. A home that feels like a hug. A room where silence feels safe, not awkward. A space that soothes your soul without you knowing why. Chances are, a Taurus created it. This talent isn't about fancy decorations or expensive things. It's about energy. Taurus knows how to arrange a space to make you feel grounded. Whether it's choosing warm lighting, soft fabrics, or simply leaving space for air to flow, they build sanctuaries. Their homes are not showrooms. They're places to rest, to heal, to simply be. And it doesn't stop with physical spaces. Taurus applies this gift to emotional spaces too. When you're with them, you feel safe. Not because they're fixing your problems, but because their energy tells you, you don't have to pretend here. You can exhale here. Taurus becomes the sanctuary itself. And if you're a Taurus listening now, know this: the peace you create for others is your superpower. Don't underestimate it. And don't forget to create that peace for yourself too. This ability to turn any place, any moment, into a refuge is rare. And the world needs more of it. So, ask yourself, what would make your space feel like home, not just a house? A plant. A candle. A soft chair. Or maybe just clearing away the clutter. Build your sanctuary. Let Taurus inspire you. Because your environment is not just your surroundings. It's the foundation for your emotional well-being. But beneath all these comforts and beauty, Taurus holds something even more valuable. A practical, realistic outlook that many mistake for negativity. Taurus doesn't get lost in fantasies. They don't chase dreams without checking the ground they're standing on. This realism isn't a limitation. It's their secret weapon. It protects them from heartbreak, from disappointment, from chaos. When others dream without thinking, Taurus calculates quietly. When others chase what glitters, Taurus asks, does this make sense? Will this last? Is this true? And that's why their plans succeed. Because they're not just hoping. They're building. Slowly, wisely, deliberately. Their realism isn't cold. It's compassionate. It's the wisdom to know that protecting yourself from unnecessary pain is an act of self-love. Maybe you've been told to think positive when deep down you felt cautious. Maybe you've doubted yourself because your heart said wait when everyone else rushed forward. If that's you, Taurus shows you, it's okay. Trust your realism. Trust your instincts. Saying this won't work doesn't mean you're negative. It means you're awake. And being awake is powerful. Let Taurus remind you that grounding your dreams doesn't kill them. It nurtures them. Like roots holding a tree steady, your realistic thoughts can anchor your goals, so they can grow higher. So next time you doubt yourself for thinking practically, remember this. Practicality isn't boring. It's how Taurus builds empires. Quietly. Carefully. Successfully. So, what have we uncovered together today? Resource wisdom. Presence in the moment. Sanctuary creation. And the quiet strength of realistic thinking. These aren't small things. They're life skills. They're the hidden tools Taurus uses every day, often without realizing. And they're lessons we can all borrow, if we're willing to slow down and learn. But stay with me. Because the final part of this journey holds something different. Something deeper. The last 3 secrets will reveal the most intimate, the most misunderstood, and perhaps the most controversial truths about Taurus. What you're about to hear might change the way you see them forever. So don't go anywhere. The heart of Taurus is waiting. And now, we arrive at something most people never truly see in Taurus. Their hands. Their quiet, steady, magical hands. Taurus isn't always loud about their talents. But watch them when they create. When they build. When they craft something from nothing. Whether it's baking bread, fixing an old chair, knitting a scarf, or shaping clay. Taurus holds a unique connection between mind and body. Their hands are an extension of their soul. For them, creating with their hands isn't just about producing objects. It's a form of meditation. A form of healing. Working with textures, materials, and shapes grounds them when emotions feel overwhelming. While others escape through words or thoughts, Taurus returns to touch. To movement. To form. Maybe you know someone like this. A person who seems calmest when they're busy creating something. Who expresses love not through grand speeches, but through quiet gifts they made with care. That's Taurus. They don't always know how to say I love you, but they'll build you something that says it for them. If you're someone who finds peace when your hands are busy, honor that. It's not a small thing. It's how your soul breathes. Let Taurus inspire you to slow down. To create something. Not for results, but for healing. For connection. And remember, what you make carries a part of you. Just like Taurus, your quiet creations might speak louder than words. But their gift doesn't stop with making. Taurus has something even more powerful. Something deeply connected to who they are. The ability to make things grow. Not just plants. Not just gardens. But dreams. Relationships. Ideas. Businesses. Careers. Taurus is the cultivator of the zodiac. They understand that nothing grows overnight. That every seed needs patience, care, and quiet belief. Maybe you've met someone who stays by a dream long after others give up. Someone who waters the idea, tends to the plan. Stays loyal to the process, even when no results appear. That's Taurus. While others chase quick wins, Taurus builds quietly. Their strength lies in their patience. Their wisdom lies in their consistency. They understand growth isn't just a result. It's a journey. And this gift applies to people too. Taurus knows how to nurture others. How to create safe spaces for relationships to grow slowly and deeply. They know that trust takes time. That love isn't rushed. They don't abandon what matters just because it's hard. If you're building something right now, whether it's a project, a dream, or yourself, Taurus shows you the way. Stay steady. Stay patient. Nurture what matters. Trust that small steps are still steps. And believe, as Taurus does, that even the smallest seed holds the potential for greatness. So here we are. After all these layers, all these hidden truths, what have we really uncovered? Taurus is not just the calm, stable sign people imagine. Beneath that surface lives a soul made of patience, consistency, and quiet determination. They manage their resources not because they fear life, but because they respect it. They build beauty not to impress the world, but to bring peace to themselves and those they love. They nurture dreams, protect people, create sanctuaries, and carry the weight of others, often without saying a word. Taurus lives in the small moments. In the quiet gestures. In the long-term dreams. Their strength isn't loud. But it's real. And it's steady. So maybe now, you see them a little differently. Maybe now, you see yourself a little differently too. Because the lessons of Taurus aren't just for Taurus. They're for all of us. Slow down. Be present. Protect what matters. Build what you believe in. And let your soul find peace in the simple, steady rhythm of life. If you've seen yourself somewhere in this video, if you've thought of someone you love, don't forget to hit subscribe. It's a small click, but it means you'll be here when we explore deeper layers of astrology, psychology, and self-growth together. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Maybe a Taurus in your life. Or maybe someone learning how to nurture their own quiet strength. And leave a comment below. Tell me, what part of the Taurus soul do you carry? What lesson will you take from today? Thank you for being here. There's so much more to uncover. In our next videos, we'll explore other signs, hidden patterns, and emotional truths that could change the way you see yourself. Until then, take care. Be gentle with yourself. And remember, slow progress is still progress. Just like Taurus taught us.